In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a 6x6 square Halloween card using offcuts, upcycled packaging, and other ephemera, along with some of our digital papers. Welcome to PM. I am Mariah, the M of the PM. Now let's get started. So to get started here, you see I have everything kind of laid out. To start off with, used a larger press sheet is basically what it is, size paper. That's why I couldn't run it through the guillotine chopper and had to use the X-Acto knife. So that is why. Otherwise, I would definitely be chopping this in the chopper. And it is some thick paper. So to get things then cut down, I was able to bring it onto the guillotine chopper, and obviously it's 6x6, so needed to be 6x12. You can see there, got my 12. Didn't score quite exactly in the middle, so that's why I'm gonna have to bring it back in, trim things up. But luckily, I actually have plans for those little pieces. Now to get the cool little shimmer effect, I used the Coliro watercolors and the toothbrush. It is a really nifty effect. I have other videos showing more detail on what to do there, but it is quite simple. Just dab your toothbrush and flick, which was a really neat effect on the black paper. Now, these cool little envelopes here, I have another video. I'll drop the link in up above. If you want to click that card, you can go over there and see how those were created along with that ephemera pack. These all came from our fun, let's see, I believe it is the Halloween fun pack of paper. So they are pre-sized to the squares, so they are easily folded into those envelopes that you see there, along with the tags and everything. So I'll put the link below as well. Now moving along onto the inside of the card. This is one of the pages from the larger set of the Halloween paper that you see off to the right there. I went ahead and used both the tape and the glue. Just not really any particular reason other than it seemed like kind of the easier thing to do rather than trying to stack the tape up in the middle. Now, so this is a really nifty little piece, and I think at some point I will do a video on just embossing these packaging pieces. We do it all the time. We use yogurt tops and other packaging. This particular one you saw there was a chicken stock, and if you open up that type of packaging and flatten it out, it works really, really well in your embossing folders. Now I just wanted it to pop up a bit, so added in some foam there, and there you have it, along with using the decorative scissors. I'm sure that a lot of die cuts and things of that nature would work really well as well. So the Happy Halloween is another page in the set of Halloween papers, and I went ahead and just printed those out on vellum. And you see me just fiddling there to size it within that little tag. And there you have it. Once again, not always loving how, like, when you glue down vellum paper, it leaves that, you can see through it and it darkens it. So what I went ahead and did there is use the Posca marker to outline it, which really was kind of a double win-win there on making it pop. Now you can see I used those scraps from when I trimmed the paper, creating a cool little whiskery kind of creepy Halloween feel. And there you have it. That was the front of the card. Now moving on into the interior. I knew that I wanted to use at least one or two of the little loaded envelopes that I had already created from the fun pack. My friend that I'm giving this to is quite crafty herself, so I want her to be able to pull those out and use them in their entirety. So what that meant was I was going to go ahead and use something that I can pull them off, which meant magnets for me. I love magnets. You saw my little helper there kind of dipping in as she does. And little surprises. That's why I was writing on the tags on the ones that are going to go inside of those envelopes. So she has a fun little surprise. I don't always love my handwriting, but I knew she would appreciate it. Now, still making that decision on how I'm going to include not only the tags, but was I just going to leave the envelopes in there or actually attach them? So that is the decision making that is happening right now. These needed trimming up because I wanted to be able to tuck the flap all the way in to the envelope. Still deciding. I liked how the gray worked really well with that envelope. And now here I am going ahead and using the Tim Holtz Ranger Distress Glaze on the actual paper. It helps seal the paper and it also makes the paper pop without using something like Mod Podge or something that takes a little bit longer to dry and does get sticky. Now the top part, the pattern paper at the top there that I glued down in the very beginning was pre-Mod Podged, but I'd done that like days before. In fact, it's been something I've been doing with a lot of the printed papers is just going ahead and Mod Podging those. And that's why you see that it's a little bit shiny. Even here you can see a little bit of that shine coming through. So I finally had made the decision that yes, I was going to use the magnets, and then why not just bring that pattern paper, and again using offcuts from the larger square that I had cut to create that, which was, I'm not sure really why I didn't come to that conclusion in the very beginning, but sometimes these things happen late at night. So there you have it. One of the other things that comes in really handy is the binding tape, and that's that black tape that you saw me use right there. It's very flexible and it's kind of soft and also does allow for a bit of movement. Like you can kind of pull it up if you haven't really stuck it down, which is helpful when doing the magnets. I don't always get them lined up, but you can see that's kind of one of the little techniques there is that first I got them positioned in the envelopes, positioned the envelopes where I wanted them, and then snapped the back side, the one that was going underneath the patterned strip there, for them to kind of hide behind. Then left that little tail in because I knew I wanted to wrap that around to the back, and of course slap a bit of PM branding right there on the back of it because that's what we do. We are very proud of the things that we make. Again, just using that distress glaze. And for those of you that don't know about it, there are like two kinds. It's Tim Holtz's version and then the Jetikins something or other. They are, from what I know, the exact same thing. Thank you again for watching. That's pretty much our Halloween card. Hope you have enjoyed this. And if you have, be sure to like this video, leave us a comment below. We'd love those so much. Subscribe if you haven't, and be sure to click that bell. We do this each week. Thanks again. Bye.